That last in and out station, that was November
7, Victor Alpha, November, N7.
There's Nick, as usual, coming in clutch. Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango. We got you on there, buddy. 2 minutes. If anybody else wants to get on the list, we'd be happy to put you on there. This is KJ5MCV looking for early check-ins.
KJ5, November 7, Victor Alpha, November, N7, VAN, mobile.
We got you on the list there, N7 VAN, brother. You're good to go. KD8SLG, what's up, buddy?
This is KD8SLG. Good evening, Ryan. Mark, they're on the keyboard. Good to hear you guys. I just wanted to jump in here. We got 50 seconds now before the announcement. I wanted to make sure you slowed down and let it happen. So everyone, please stand by. I'll wait for the girl. Then Ryan will get the net started. Thanks, Ryan. KG5MTV, KD8SLG.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
Yes, ma'am. QST. I love saying that. I don't know why. It's Sunday, y'all. I'd like to welcome you to the Beacon Net pre-show. Beacon Net sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association here on the W8WKY repeater in beautiful, this time of year, Doylestown, Ohio, 147390, positive offset, PL tone of 114.8. I'm coming through to y'all my shiny new Allstar Node on Allstar Node number 48496. And the world is upside down again. 2 Okies and a Texan in the group tonight. We occupy bandwidth recreationally and light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Tulsa time. Beacon Net pre-show is now, where we have a half-hour RF fellowship. I'm here to take early check-ins and outs and ups and downs before I hand it off to Nick at night to manage this tornado in a tackle box that I've created. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Mike, Charlie, Victor, my personal is Ryan, Romeo, Yankee, Alpha, November. That'll be your pre-net controller this fine Sunday evening. You may recognize this voice from the Boredom Breakers net. I'm lucky enough to be part of the BB team and run the net on Friday's second hour. If you haven't heard of them, boy, you've been living under a rock. Or you have a job and you don't get to go to Radio Land during your lunch hour. And for that, we forgive you. The time has come now. We are ready for the Mickey Mouse roll call. Let's start by giving our Beacon Net crew tonight a holler and have a quick strategic exchange of nonsense. Let's get the party started. Nick at Nite, K8QKO. This fella has used his smoker so much the skeeters around his house come pre-seasoned. Smoker probably has more mile on it than that guy's Corvette. Just saying. Anyhow, what's up, brother? What you smoking? You ready for the big show tonight?
K8QKO. Yes, sir, I am. I'm not smoking anything right now. I've just been working in the yard. It's a busy, crazy weekend, whirlwind. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. So yeah, with that, I'll be hanging around, standing by for the start of the net. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, K8QKO.
All right, amigo. Well, you are sounding great. Maybe you're wore out from the yard work. That's gross. I don't want any of that in my life. So God gave us children. My kid hates me. Sorry about that. We appreciate you sticking around. Nick at Nite, K8QKO. Next up, playing those smooth, mellow tones on the keyboard, and I'm sure bringing us a killer question for tonight's trivia, K3MBC Super Duper Southern Mark. Folks, the question we are about to ponder is one that has been hand-selected by a trivia enthusiast who wakes up every morning and chooses intellectual violence. H-Town is in the house. Mark, what's up, brother? You ready for the big show tonight? Get them fingers warmed up good?
Well, I hope so. This is K3MBC. Thank you, sir. I am all set to go. Just recovering from a long week of directing video at a vacation Bible school, and so my mind is sharp, but the eyes are a little tired, so I'm ready for the big show and got a good question lined up. Back to you.
Fantastic. Super duper Southern Mark. As usual, coming in clutch like the boss he is. Thanks again, brother. And tailgunning alt trivia, we have none other than the one, the only Mr. Bagok himself. He's probably confused or sometimes even confusing. Alan, KI5DAY all day long. I digress, I'm sorry. Alan, what's up, Hermano? That thing got a Hemi in it? Tell me about that new Zyju machine you got. Actually, forget I said that. Nobody cares. Also, you ready for the big show, Bud Rowe?
Wow. KI5DAY. That was a lot. That was a whole lot of questions in one little tiny rolled up ball of aluminum foil and just confused the crap out of me. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, there's a Hemi in there. The Zygu did 20 watts tonight, and we hit Slovenia, 5,000-something miles away, by golly. Anyways, what else? Yes, I must say, bow the almighty Bagok, and I'm good to be here, and I've got an alt trivia question tonight, as usual, and looking forward to it. Fresh cup of coffee, here we go. Bagok.
Man, coffee does sound good. I better not, though. Plus, I'm stuck with a microphone in my hand. I can't go make any. And since my kids are all mad at me because I make them do yard work, they're not going to make me any either. That's okay. That's all right. All right, now that we got that out of the way, thank you again, Alan. Great to hear you, buddy. You're sounding great. We got that out of the way. Let's get to our list of check-ins, and then maybe take a few more in just a little bit. Also, as a little note, you've checked in already. We'll get to you, so no need to bother with any rechecks. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV. Let's run this first little bit of list just to let everybody know who's in there. And if we missed you, come on back. And if not, hang tight. We're going to get the show started. We'll start with Robert, KA8LYJ, Brian, KF8G, Dustin, KD8EPC, Ray. He's not at number 10. He's number 8. That's weird. KI5, CFY, Andrew, AB8MO, Taco Tim. What's up, buddy? KI5TAQ, Andy, KF8GHA. We got Uncle Fred in there, KE8QFT. We got Mark in there, in and out, K4OG. We got Brian at a mobile station. I think he said he was in and out too. N7VAN, Thomas, KA8MNT, Nick, 88SLG, El Presidente. Jeremy was in and out, KE8ZRY, and Mike, KJ5NON. If you'd like to check into the Beacon Net pre-show, I'd love to hear from you. Please come and call, sign a name now.
This is Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Hotel Whiskey, Josh in North Carolina. Over.
All right, let's keep the dice rolling here. If you'd like to check into the Beacon Net pre-show, I'd love to hear from you. Please come on with your call, sign, and name. All right, just to recognize Josh over there in North Carolina, we got you on the list, buddy. KR48MHW. My eyes are failing me. Sorry, guys. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV. We're at the bottom of the list. We got almost 20 on here. Let's keep the dice rolling, boys and girls. If you'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please do. Come ahead with your call sign and name now. We'll get you on the list.
Ryan, let's try this again. Kilo, India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike. KI5WDM, bottled in the Osage.
Kilo Golf 8 Delta Kilo KG8DK Kevin in Ashland, Ohio.
All right, we picked up 2 there. That is fantastic. We'll take them 2 at a time all day long. KI5WDM, my boy Donald out there in the Osage. We got you on the list, buddy. And we got Kilo Golf 8 Delta Kilo. I didn't catch your name. We'll get you on the list, buddy. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV. Looking for more check-ins? Please call now.
KC8 Kilo Charlie 8, Yankee Kilo Papa, KC8 YKP, Brian, Shelby, Ohio.
All right, let's get up here to the top of the list, guys. Appreciate everybody wanted to check in there. We got a good list going here. We got Kilo Alpha 8. Lima Yankee Juliet Robert. You out there, buddy? You sticking around for the big show? Looking for KA8LYJ Robert. What's up, brother? You out there? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
KA8LYJ. Sorry, I had to go down the hall for a second. I am indeed hanging out today. And we'll just give it back to you for now. KA8LYJ.
All right, brother, we got you sticking around. Appreciate you. Glad you made it back. Looking for Brian, KF8G. You sticking around tonight, buddy?
Yep, I'm sticking around. Oklahoma. It makes me have to ask, are you an Okie from Muskogee? And I loved your comment about the season mosquitoes. I needed that laugh. KF8G.
You know, we try, Brian. Now, I'm not a Okie from Muskogee. It's about 30 minutes east of me. I do frequent that area twice a year. There's a decent amount of water down there for pursuing critters. But anyways, yeah, not an Okie from Muskogee, but pretty close. We go here with KF8G. Brian, we appreciate you, brother. We got you sticking around. Let's go holler at Dustin real quick, if you're not on the phone, brother. KD8EPC, what's up, buddy? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
KJ5MCV and the Beacon Net pre-show. Good evening, Ryan. I'll be sticking around for the net there, and yeah, looking forward to hearing some fish stories there. We'll have to catch up on the phone there real soon. But we'll say 73 and get on down the list. KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
Dustin, we got you sticking around, and I think we can do that. I'll be happy to take a call. Call me anytime, buddy. All right, we'll clear with KD8 EPC Dustin there. Let's go talk to my boy Raymond, K5CFY. How you doing, Ray? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
Kilo Juliet 5, Mike Charlie Victor, K5CFY. I'm hanging around. I'm going to see what happens. It's got to get better. What do you think? Anyway, you're doing a great job. Wave a hand there at Mark on the keyboard. Fantastic. K5CFY. We'll be listening.
All right, Ray. Sticking around and listening. That's good. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the kind words. I'm doing what I'm doing. I get excited. Let's go talk to AB8MO. Andy, what's up, buddy? Long time no chat. You sticking around for the big show tonight, buddy?
Okay. I thought I was number 9 on the list, so I'm really confused. Apparently, I can't log in and see where I am. Yeah, it says I'm number 9. Oh, Ray's usually number 10, so I got really confused. Okay, yeah, I'm here. You hear me on my new Chinese HT? Hopefully it's coming through okay. I got it at Breeze Shooters, $20, new in the box, so I can't figure out why I need 2 PTT buttons, so I'll get back to reading the manual. Thanks for getting me in there, Ryan. KJ5MCV from AB8MO.
All right, Andy, that thing sounds pretty good and clean, but I'll tell you this, your mic's a little hot. Maybe you're just excited like I am. That's all right. Andy, thanks for stopping by. We got you sticking around. We'll go clear with AB8MO. Let's go talk to my boy Taco Tim. Taqueria por la raza. K5 TAQ. What's up, dude? You sticking around for the big show tonight? Baofeng, Oklahoma in the house.
Good evening there, Ryan. This is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. Yeah, I'm sticking around. Nice to get someone corn-fused for tonight when he's normally seeing Ray at the number 10 spot, but I'll take the number 10 spot for tonight. I will stick around for the questions. This is KI5TAQ.
W8WK. Taco Tim, I'm glad to hear it, buddy. Looking forward to it. We'll clear with you now. KI5TAQ. Let's go talk to the other Andy. Uniontown, Ohio. KF8 Golf Hotel Alpha. Are you out there, Andy? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
KJ5MCB. This is KF8GHA. Yes, I am hanging around for the big show tonight. This is KF8GHA. Back to the net.
All right, Andy. Glad to hear it, buddy. Good stuff. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you again soon. Go talk to Uncle Fred down here. K8QFT. What's up, Uncle Fred? What is it tonight? A little bit of spiced rum, maybe? How's your allergies?
Oh, I missed the last part of your transmission because I was trying to find a microphone. But in any event, I found it. If it works, I will be here to at least share the questions. KE8QFT, back to the prenet.
Good stuff, Uncle Fred. I'm glad you found that microphone. I found mine too. We're going to clear with KE8QFT. We got Mark. He was in and out. K4OG. We got Brian. He was also in and out. November 7 VAN. We got Thomas up next. KA8MNT. Thomas, what's up, dude? Doing all right tonight? You sticking around for the big show? Looking for Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango. Oh, Dustin says you were in and out. We got you, buddy. In and out. Let's go talk to Presidente Nick. KD8SLG, what's up, amigo? You were sounding good earlier. And, you gonna stick around for the big show?
KJ5MCV, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Ryan. All the Beacon netizens. I'm gonna bow out tonight. We had a few guests over, and there's a television show to watch, and you guys got this all under control. So there. So we'll catch you next time. I may be back at the end. I usually am. Grave Army, Mark. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control. Thanks, Ryan.
You bet, Nick. Yeah, I've got to say, every time you do bow out, you end up in there somewhere. So maybe we'll see you later. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll be with KD8SLD, El Presidente, just Nick. We had Jeremy in there, KE8ZRY. He was in and out. Let's go talk to Mike down here, KJ5NON, Owasso, Oklahoma. He's my neighbor. And apparently in New Hampshire, just like me. This is KJ5MCV. We're looking for KJ5 November, Oscar November. Mike, you out there, brother? All right, we'll see if we can get back to Mike there, KJ5NON. We'll circle back around, Lord willing. Let's go holler at Josh, KR4MHW, down there in North Carolina. What's up, Josh? You gonna stick around for the big show tonight, buddy?
KJ5MCB, long-time listener, first-time caller. I plan on staying around for the big show tonight. Sounds like it'll be a hoot and a half. So I'll turn it back over to you. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Hotel Whiskey. Over.
All right, Josh. We have more fun than a bushel basket full of puppy dogs over here, so come on back, man. Glad to hear you finally jumped in there with us, man. Thanks a lot, Josh. We're clear with KR4MHW, and let's go talk to, it's a net now, Northern Mark, KC8FQV. What's up, Mark? You doing okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'll be doing better once I reload here. Yeah, I'm in the middle of loading up insulin. So once we get that done, we'll be ready for the net. Yes, yes. Yep, people had some rain today. Hopefully we have as many people as you normally have. If we didn't, we are going to have to go check and make sure they're all right. So back it comes, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, good luck with that, man. Be careful with those sharp objects, and please dispose of them responsibly. We'll clear with KC8FQV, Northern Mark. Go talk to my boy Donald up there in the Osage, KI5WDM. If I stepped on you early, buddy, I'm sorry. I'll do better next time, I promise. What's up, Donald? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
This is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Delta Mike. Yes, sir, I'm sticking around. Mama's in there sleeping. I got a chance to come out and play radio, so I'm going to take advantage of it. So, yes, sir, I'll be here.
All right, Donald. Man, I'm glad. I'm glad she's getting some rest. She deserves it, man. We appreciate you sticking around. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV, the WWKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, 147390, positive offset, BL tone of 114.8. And now we got past Mr. Donald. Let's go talk to Kevin. Oh, Donald is sticking around, by the way. Good to hear you, buddy. We're going to talk to Kevin, KG8DK. Kevin, are you sticking around for the big show tonight, buddy?
That's certainly my intention. But I'm at the kitchen table right now, and I've got hooked up to EchoLink. If I can get my project finished here, I'll head off to the radio room. How's the audio sounding? I'm not sure I got the mic set up properly for audio input. Back to net control. Yeah, I'll be there tonight. I want to hear those trivias. Back to net control.
Oh boy, me too. There was a little bit of, what do they call that? Foreshadowing earlier in a chat group between us. I'm sure, Super Southern Mark's got a cool one tonight. Kevin, your audio is sounding good, by the way. Right in line with everybody else. Not too quiet, not too loud. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. We're going to clear with KG8DK. Let's go holler at Brian, KC8YKP. What's up, Brian? You're going to stick around for the big show tonight.
Good evening. This is KC8YKP. Yes, I will be sticking around. I'm trying to get my repeater linked in here still, and I'm still having issues. It was working great. All of a sudden, it started cutting out, and now I can't connect at all. So it must be my internet, and I'm going to remedy that. Anyhow, you guys are sounding good, and everybody keep up the good work. So we'll be around here. Back to you guys, KC8YKP.
Comment. Conversation a little bit before your internet. It just sounds like you got something figured out. You know a guy, right? Handshake deal with the cable guy. Maybe he'll hook you up. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. We're going to pause for a sec. Go back to El Presidente. Nick, did you have a comment for the group, brother? This is Ryan, KG5MCV.
W8WKY.
Thanks, Ryan. KC8YKP. I'm seeing your repeater hooked up right now, the -R, YC8KY-YKP-R. It's showing linked on this side, so you're linked up. So if you're not getting audio from it, yeah, keep looking around. Thanks for letting me jump in there, Ryan. KD8SLG, back to net control.
You bet, buddy. No sweat at all. KD8SLG, this is KG5MCV. Let's see, where were we? Boy, I seem to have lost my place. Let's go down here to Mike. Oh, there it is. He came in clutch. Appreciate you there, Super Southern Mark. Let's go talk to Brian, KC8YKP. Brian, are you sticking around tonight, buddy? You ready for the big show? This is Ryan, KG5MCV, looking for KC8YKP. Brian, is that you out there, brother?
KC8YKP. Yeah, I was kind of confused. I just had my turn a minute ago there. Yes, I'm sticking around tonight. I wonder, unless I missed something in between here, but yep, I'll be sticking around. Back to you, KC8YKP.
Yeah, buddy, that pink line got to jumping around, and I lost my place too, brother. Sorry about that, Brian. Let's go down here and talk to, well, we'll take a stab at grabbing Josh again. W8HRF. Josh, what's up, brother? Doing good? You sticking around tonight?
KJ5MCV, W8HRF. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Good to hear you. Thanks for picking me up. Yes, I'll be around. Looking forward to trivia and just sitting here relaxing in the living room. So nice to hear you guys. Back to you, sir. KJ5MCV, W8HRF.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Josh. We appreciate you coming by and stopping by. Let's go talk to Mrs. Josh, a.k.a. Lucy, K-A-Y-U-K. I assume you're also sticking around, but I have to ask. It's part of my job description. Lucy, are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
KC5, was it GCM? Am I right?
What?
MCV. I was not even close. I will be sticking around tonight, also hanging out in the living room, finally getting to some crochet after the kids climbed all over me all day. Not actually, but it felt like it. But yeah, sticking around. Back to you.
All right, Miss Lucy, that sounds adorable. Gonna do some crocheting. That's delightful. We got to cut. We're down to 1 minute, so let's close it out. Perfect timing, once again. I screwed it up and nailed it at the same time. I want to thank everybody who checked in for my half hour. This is Ryan, KJ5MCV. It's time for KAQKO Nick at Night to light up the nighttime airwaves here on the Beacon Net. Thanks so much for hanging here with me and listening to me run my motor mouth. Nick, take it away. KJ5MCV.
KJ5MCV, KAQKO. Thank you, sir. 5 business on the pre-show. I'll grab this a bit early here. All right, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WAWKR repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink WAWKY-R. This is Directed Net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. And we ask you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KJ5JB, Alpha Sharp 5, Charlie in Akron here. Nick, good evening. I meant to check in on the pre-net, but I didn't get a chance. So I'll check in and out with you. You have yourself a great net. Always good to hear you folks on the air Wednesday and Sunday evenings. My best to all. 7-3. WA8 KOC back to net.
All right, I'll take it for a second. I've got AF5JB. Short time, I believe. There was
Please check in Kilo India 5, Romeo Fox India,
WAKOC. Can you come back? Are you in and out, or are you going to be around for the whole net?
Double. JF8 GGM, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Golf Mike, Matt, and Lorraine.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Whiskey, KF8, FW, Jim in Avon.
Yankee, Mike Yankee, and he's wide on in and out, 7-3.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. Everybody stand by. All right, we had some collisions. I was trying to talk to WA8KOC to see if he was sticking around or if he was only going to be in and out. So I'm going to walk through what I have. Nobody transmit. I will call for more check-ins in a moment. I have AF5JB, short time. I have WA8KOC checking in. Are you in and out, or are you sticking around for the net?
Good evening, Nick. I'm just in and out. Thanks for taking my check-in. Like I said, 7-3 to you and everybody else in here enjoying the net this evening. WA8KOC back to net.
All right, thank you, sir. I've got KF8GGM. I've got KF8AFW. And I had a November station. The November station, please come back with your call sign phonetically, please.
Yeah, it was November 8 Yankee, Mike Yankee, N8YMY, John, I'm 7, yeah, I can't even talk tonight. I'm in and out, 7-3.
All right, thank you, John. Yeah, I heard you in there. I didn't quite catch the call. There was bubbling, there was static, and yeah, thanks for checking in. I got you in there, in and out. Okay, that's my list. If you are not on that list and you tried to check in, please call now. Your name with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. Take your time. We'll get everybody in.
KF8GGM, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Mike, Matt and Lorraine, mobile.
All right, copy that, Matt. I got you on the list. Sorry, I missed your mobile, so we'll get to you first here after we get to Matt. Okay, well, another Matt. Anyway, two Matts. Two Matts that are short time on mobile. Okay, anyone else want to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. I should also add I have N8EX checking in from the blue screen. So I'm going to run through this list that I have right now. We're going to get some trivia questions. I'm going to go up to Matt Squared, haha, and then we'll run through our list and talk to everybody. So my current list is AF5JB, WA8KOC, KF8GGM, KF8AFW, N8YMY, and N8EX. That is my list. If you did not make that list, you can check in later. We will call for check-ins again. You will have your chance. Enjoy the net, and we will have a chance to get you checked in. Okay. We're going to go up and talk to... Who are we talking to tonight? We're talking to K3, MBC Mark. How you doing, sir? And what is the main trivia tonight?
K8QKO. This is K3MBC. Doing pretty well tonight. Here is our main trivia question for the night. The Radio Act of 1912 significantly changed amateur radio operations in the United States. What key restriction did it impose on amateur operators? Alpha, it banned all amateur radio operation for 5 years. Bravo, it required operators to use only voice modes. Charlie, it required licensing and restricted amateurs to wavelengths of 200 meters and below. And Delta, it transferred all amateur frequencies to the FCC, the Federal Cornwaldo Beans Commission. Back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Fine trivia question. I got my answer written down. I'll see how it works out for me later. Now we're going to go talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the ultimate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, and how happy I am to have an honorable mention of the Cornwaldo Beans in the primary trivia question, or the regular trivia question. Tonight's alternate trivia question is Elvis Presley. He globally has sold over 1 billion units of music from LP, CD, cassettes, whatever, you name it, 8 tracks, downloads. How many foreign countries did Elvis perform in during his career? Again, how many foreign countries did Elvis Presley perform during his career? Your choices are A, 13, B, 1, C, none, or D, the 12 remote islands of the Cornwaldo Beanias. I'll post it on the blue screen, KI5DAY.
right, well, thank you, Alan. It feels like a trick question, but I think I have my answer written down. I'm probably going to get that one wrong. So thanks for the alternate trivia. This is KEAQKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to go talk to our short-time mobile stations. And we're going to start with AF5JB Matt. How you doing, Matt? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, I appreciate it. To give you and everybody else how to have an ad. It's currently plenty cloudy and 56 degrees here in Tulsa. And the two questions there. The first one on the amateur, I'm going to go with C. Charlie, and then on the Elvis question, I'm going to go with one on the Elvis thing. But other than that, had a good weekend. Saw a couple of friends out of town up in Sterling, Langley, Oklahoma. Went to a few thunderstorms and up there and all that. Had a few flood issues up there as well, but that made it through okay. Get back and tell us about probably 10 till 1, about 1 o'clock this morning. I went to the main event, play games called Cruise and Blast, and the World was Batman. Kind of hung around there for a little bit. And then went home and played Miss Batman and Outrun and Stop Bike. So that was a good time. Had me a beer and I went to bed. And then took it easy most of the day. Of course, did laundry and all that. Got all that done. So. Had a pretty good weekend as far as field day. I might talk to a couple places and see a couple people, but other than that, that's all I got. It's Happy Friday, and have a good week and stay cool out there, and have a good evening as well. Thanks for having me on in City 3. Until next time, this is AF5JB Matt in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back to take control, and again, thank you so much for your time, and until next time.
All right, thank you, Matt. Thanks for checking in there. I think I might have missed your trivia answers. Do you want to come back with them phonetically, please?
The amateur radio question was C. Charlie, and then on the Elvis thing was one country. So I will go with that.
All right, thank you, sir. Get you down there for Charlie and Bravo. Thanks for checking in. Good to hear you. All right, let's go on to our next mobile station. That's KF8GGM. Matt, how you doing, Matt? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, Nick. Not too much going on. Just returning from picking my kids back to their moms. It's only about a 20-minute drive, so almost home. Had a nice little fun time in the shower today. We had a little cloud burst that lasted 3 minutes, but man, did it come down. But other than that, not so much. Hope everybody gets a great start to the week. And my answers for trivia are going to be Charlie and Delta. And thanks for taking me in, Nick, and look forward to it. Look forward to talking to you down the line. KF8GGM, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Delta. Yeah, a bit of a nice shower today, but it was all right. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Glad you had a good weekend. All right, let's go up to the top of our list. We're going to start with K88LYJ for the magical city of Barberton. Take it away, Bob.
KE8QKO. This is K88LYJ. Good evening, Nick. Good evening, group. It was a pretty mellow day today. Went to church, made a quick run to the store, came home, listened to some music, drank my iced coffee, and then settled down for a nap and actually slept through the tornado sirens. Found out that they had gone off after I got up. Fortunately, there was no tornado. That's about it. And just tuned in and waited for the group. For the trivia, I am going to go Charlie Bravo. And, I got to thinking, well, Helen was talking, it's like, did Elvis actually do a world tour? And, I like the last guy. I think it might be a trick question. I think he might not have. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, thank you, Bob. Yeah, I'm torn on that one myself. I wrote my answer down, but I gotta imagine that he went somewhere. I can't imagine he never left the United States. And if he went somewhere, he probably sang there, performed somewhere. So that's my thoughts, especially in the later years. He gotta make some money because his business was kind of floundering in the later years. So not that he was bad, but he just kind of struggled there. So my thoughts anyway. Anyway, we'll see how it works out. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you checking in. After Bob, we have KF8G Brian. How you doing, Brian? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
Well, crud. I was looking Pluto TV. They have an F1 channel, and so does Roku, and they took it off. Crud. I like to go to sleep to that. Oh, well, busy weekend. Just too much to do, and hopefully I can catch up with some of this tomorrow. I got to move my truck out of the garage so I can put my second chick magnet in. So I kind of sat out for the last couple of days. Got rained on, and wasn't that a fun rain? I was driving home from a car show and that. Yeehaw! I swear to God, I hit Doylestown on 585, and it was raining sideways. I haven't seen it rain like that since Dallas, Texas. That was intense. But, my normal answer, 42 for the trivia. And everyone have a great week. We'll chat with you maybe Wednesday. We'll see how things go. KF8G.
All right, thank you, Brian. We'll put your answer down for 42, as always. The rain was a little heavy today. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't nearly as bad as the one we got, was it last week on Wednesday or Thursday or something? No, that was nasty. I saw the trees going in circles in the backyard, and working on a project in the backyard, and I had a bunch of 4x6s that were kind of just laid out for a patio, and the water picked those suckers up and moved 12-foot 4x6s down the yard a little bit. It was nuts. So at least this wasn't nearly as bad as last week. So anyway, thanks for checking in. Good to hear you, and we will talk to you later. Next, we're going to talk to our fearless Beacon Net leader, Katie at EPC. How you doing, Dustin? What do you have for us tonight?
All right, K8QKO and the Beacon Net. This is Katie at EPC. What do I have for you, Nick? Man, I don't really know. I don't really have anything for you, to be honest with you. And I'm going to have to say that I missed both trivia questions, so I don't really have answers for you either. So if you want to reread them for me, I'll take a shot at them. If not, just put me down for double D's and move on down the list there. But that's all I've got for you, Nick. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for everything you do, and I look forward to catching you down the log. This is Katie at EPC, back to Net Control.
All right, well, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that you trust me enough to word in the net without having to pay attention. But I'm happy to reread those for you, because I'm sure somebody else probably wouldn't mind having them reread as well. It never hurts. So we'll go up and talk to K3MBC Mark and get the main trivia question read again. Mark, take it away.
And this is K3MBC. The main trivia tonight is the Radio Act of 1912 significantly changed amateur radio operations in the United States. What key restriction did it impose on amateur radio operators? Alpha, it banned all amateur radio operation for 5 years. Bravo, it required operators to use only voice modes. Charlie, it required licensing and restricted amateurs to wavelengths of 200 meters or below. Or Delta, it transferred all amateur frequencies to the FCC, the Federal Cornwaldo Beans Commission. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Mark. Let's get on and talk to KI5DAY Alan for the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. I must say, Mark's pronunciation in his question with the Cornwaldo bean usage sounded very professional and like it was meant to be in there. Excuse me. You know, and it sounded very legitimate, so he may have sold a lot of people on that. Who knows? That was a good job. Anyways, my alt trivia question for the night is, Elvis Presley globally has sold over 1 billion units of music from LPs, CDs, cassettes, and downloads. How many foreign countries did Elvis perform during his career? Was it A, 13, B, 1, C, none, or D, the 12 remote islands of the Cornwaldo Beanias? KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, thank you there, Alan. Let's get on and talk to Dustin, who is not allowed to answer double D's tonight because he asked for the trivia answers to be read, so he has to actually try. Dustin, take it away.
Well, Nick, KEQKO, this is KDEDPC. I'm trying with every fiber of my being, but I have to stand behind my answers of double D's there. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 73, have a great net. KDEDPC, back to net control.
All right, Dustin, you made us do all that for double D's. You're getting a pay cut. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. This is KEQKO on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. Our next station is going to be K5 CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KEQKO and the net. This is K5 CFY. Good evening there, Nick at Night. Doing a great job there. And Mark on the keyboard. Good job there, Mark. I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. So give it back to you there, Nick. K5 CFY.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Put you down there for Charlie and Charlie. Got you checking in. I appreciate it. Next station we're going to talk to is AB8MO Andy. How you doing, Andy? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KE8QKO from AP8MO. I don't know, my audio doesn't sound hot to me, so I don't know why it's coming through hot on my node. But direct on RF, it sounds fine, so I guess I'm going to have to go back and reset the levels in my node, which I'm tired of doing already. Let's see here. I went to the Breeze Shooters Hamfest in Butler, PA, and actually probably I would consider that to be a local Hamfest for me. It's about a 90-minute drive. The closest local Hamfest is probably the Warren Club at about 35, 40 minutes, and Cuyahoga Falls is just ahead of that at about 40. So, and everything else is further away than that. Cleveland's over an hour, but Butler's only 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. So, and it's actually one worth traveling to. You know, it's not too terribly far away, and it's a pretty good size. It just seems to always rain every year. At least last year it rained like crazy, and then this year the rain held off until about a little after 10 o'clock, in which case it started to rain, and then I went go have lunch with a couple local out here habs that drove out from Uniontown, Bob and Karen, WB8 OVQ, and his wife, WD8BIW. I went and had lunch with them, and we all drove back to Ohio after that. So it was good. I bought myself this Watson, which, from what I can tell, sounds okay. So you have to let me know if it's distorted or not, but it's okay on the RF side for sure. Let me drop it a sec. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the manual is not matching the radio. So there's buttons in this manual that don't exist on the radio, and the menu structure is not exactly the same. So maybe that's why I got it for $20. But hey, it was new in the box. So I'm not going to complain for $20 that the manual is wrong. So as long as I can figure it out, I guess that's good enough. What else I was going to say? No, Robert, I guess that's it. Other than I'll go air conditioning for my answers. We'll see where that lands. And again, Nick, let me know how my audio is here, if it sounds okay. Sounds okay from what I'm listening to it now through headphones. So if it's distorted, it is my clear node. That's all I got from here. KAQKO from AB8MO.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy. A bit to unpack there. I'm going to try to cover everything. Your audio sounds fine. You sound like Andy. I gotta say, if you're listening to yourself in headphones, that'd be weird. Like I don't know if I could listen to myself and hear. I don't want to hear myself talk. I think I probably sound horribly annoying and frustrating, and people probably think I imagine that if I was listening to my voice, I'd be like, that dude has got a really annoying voice. But everybody else seems to, put up with it, which I appreciate. Yeah, there's that. Bob, I had never met Bob. I'd like to meet Bob someday, maybe someplace. If you ever see Bob and me or you were together, I'd love to have you introduce me to him, because he was my first contact on amateur radio. First QSL card I ever got, and I've never met the guy. I probably live within a stone's throw of him, honestly. But yeah, there's that. As far as traveling to all those ham fests, if you lived a little bit closer to civilization, you'd be able to you'd be a lot closer to ham fest. But you live out in the middle of flipping nowhere, tiny little town in Ohio, and you got to travel for stuff if you live in that type of town. So that's how it goes there, Andy. Sorry, but that's how it is. But you do have a lot of maple syrup there, so that's a plus. And you got snow and maple syrup, so that's always good. Thanks for checking in, Andy. I do appreciate it. Our next station is KI5 TAQ Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. Take it away, Tim.
Well, good evening there, Nick at Night. This is KI5 TAQ. And to everybody else out there on the net. I think I'm going to go with my favorite answers for this trivia question. That'll be Delta and Delta. Double D's. Because you never can go wrong with a Cornwaldo bean. I'll send it back to Net Control. This is KI5 TAQ.
right, thank you, Tim. Got you down for double D's, double Dustins. And thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Next, we're going to talk to KF8GHA Andy. How you doing, Andy? Welcome to Beacon Net crew. And what do you got for us tonight? Wait, no, sorry, wrong Andy. Anyway, welcome, Andy. What do you got for us tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KF8GHA. Not a whole heck of a lot. I'm looking forward to coming to the Sarah meeting this week and attending my first field day this weekend. I'm, like I said earlier, I'm a new ham, and I'm in the process of spending a lot of money the first couple months of this hobby. And this is also a big week because it's my wife's birthday celebration week. I've already been told which movie I get to take her to, and tonight we had like a chocolate truffle cake along with dinner. Her family was here. Anyway, for the trivia, it is Charlie Brown, Charlie Bravo. That's what I think. And I hope to speak to some knowledgeable people this week at Sarah because I'm looking at antennas. I bought a G90 to dip my toe into the pool, and that's the beginning. Anyway, KE8QKO, this is KF8GHA, back to the net.
All right, thank you, Andy. I got you down there for Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, I won't be at this. I will not be at the club meeting this Thursday. I wanted to, but unfortunately, my son's cross country team meeting. He's joined cross country this year, and they scheduled that on the same day, or rescheduled it for the same night. So I won't be there. But I'll tell you, you'll find a lot of good people to talk to. As far as antennas go, invest in good coax, man. Like the antenna's okay. You can find antennas all over the place. Off-enter set dipoles, just regular dipoles. You can build a regular dipole if you really want to. There's tons of stuff online. You can build or get an NPET half wave. The ARRL has a build kit for it that's great, but get some good coax, you'll be good. And as far as spending money goes, you think you're spending a lot of money to start the hobby, you're going to spend a lot more later on. Just a FYI, that's how that goes. But welcome to the club, welcome to the hobby. Good to have you, good to hear you. All right, before I go down to Uncle Fred, this is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Now we're going to talk to you, KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, thank you very much. Well, I'm going to say Alpha and Charlie. As far as your trivia, I got a MRI tomorrow. I'll try to find out what's with my hearing loss here. Let's see here. I wrote something down. Oh, yeah. I bowled today. I went bowling. And the USA soccer team scored 4 goals in their opening match. That's more than, teams scoring the entire World Cup. I mean, geez. 1-0 is considered a great game. So, I mean, they won like 4-1. Oh, other than that, not much else to say. Just one quick joke. Like, why couldn't the bicycle stand up on its own? Hey, because it was too tired. Well, that's all I have for now. KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Fred. I'll try to remember that one for later. Got your answers down for Alpha and Charlie. Yeah, I didn't see the U.S. play the World Cup. I don't have any of them fancy streaming services that allow me to watch it. So I actually was in Quaker Steak and Lube getting dinner tonight. My dad and I were watching part of the Japan-Netherlands game. That was actually pretty good. Japan was down by 1, and while we were there, they got their second goal, so we got to kind of watch that. It was a pretty sweet goal. And they tied the game, but, that's how it goes. Yeah, so that's my World Cup experience. I wish it wasn't all on Fox. I don't have any of the Fox streaming stuff, and I'm not paying for that just for the World Cup. And it's nowhere else. Of all the streaming apps I have, it's not on any of them, which is kind of garbage. But anyway, that's how life goes. All right, after Fred, we have some in and out stations. One of them has some answers for trivia. I'm going to run through that list real quick. K4OG answered Charlie and Charlie. The remaining stations are just in and out. That's N7VAN, K8MNT, KD8SLG, Nick, really, and K8ZRY, Jeremy. Those are all of our in and out check-ins. That's going to take us down to KJ5NON Mike. How you doing, Mike? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening. First, I need apologies to KJ5MCV. I was trying out a new microphone, and I guess it didn't get through. Sorry, Ryan. Let's go Delta Bravo.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Got your answer down there for Delta Bravo. Don't worry. Ryan's a true pro in the pre-show now, so yeah, he can deal with all that kind of stuff. That's what the pre-show is all about. Trying out your equipment, seeing if it works, and then if it doesn't, you can get back into the regular show and change things up to make it work a little bit better. So I get to deal with all the craziness that happens there, and I get a cleaner show. And that's how the pre-show works. Especially how the pre-show started with a radio check with the net control team and the net controller and the logger, and then we said, hey, let's do some early check-ins, and it was a special event for the net way back when, and then we just turned it into a regular thing. So yeah, it's like a radio check net before the regular net. Next we have KR4MHW Josh. How you doing, Josh? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WK.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Hotel Whiskey. Josh in Lexington, North Carolina. One of the questions I feel like especially tailored to me because my mom is a massive Elvis fan, so I'm going to go C and B. And just for a little bit of knowledge, Colonel Tom Parker, who was Elvis's manager, was an illegal immigrant from the Netherlands, so that should give you a big hint. But that's what I got going on. I did want to say I heard a few people checking in talking about sleeping through tornadoes. I got to say, y'all who are out there in Tornado Alley is built differently than me, so thank you for that good chuckle tonight. Over.
All right, copy that, Josh. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo. And thankfully, those of us up in Ohio are not in, well, say, air quotes, Tornado Alley. We have tornadoes that can occur here, but because of the trees and the terrain, they're usually not too bad. But the worst is actually from tornado type of stuff is the microburst. That's like the sort of non-tornado-y stuff. That usually kicks our butt when we have nasty storms. But we don't have a lot of tornadoes here, not like they do out there in the old Oklahoma area that some of our check-ins do. So for whatever that's worth, I do appreciate that we have some tornadoes, but they're usually small and usually not too horrible. The damage is pretty limited compared to out there in Oklahoma. Yeah, you're right. Those Tornado Alley things, that would be a nasty place to live. I wouldn't want to deal with it. Thanks for checking in, sir. I appreciate it. Also, you guys are stealing one of our net controllers. It's not quite Lexington. He's going down to Charlotte, but, it's close enough for me to blame you. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Next station we have is KC8FQV. Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
All right, we're waiting for all the beeps to come through and clear out. KCFQV. Well, I'm going to say CB for the trivia, C for the main, B for the alternative. And we went down my sister's daughter's house today. Yeah, there was some wicked weather through, but it wasn't, outlandish. But Everything else is going good. Just got myself refueled for another 3 or 4 days on the insulin. So I was going to go out in the breeze shooter, sort of. I was thinking of it. I didn't guarantee it, because I know it would take me about 2 hours, about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. But I didn't really look at the flyer or look at the directions. I know where it's at, but, you got to refresh yourself. So we'll just send it back to net control. Well, next weekend is Father's Day. The weekend after that is Field Day, club meeting this week. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening. And, I could have gone up to New England states for the Coaster Con, but I'm not doing that neither. So, dentists are in line and other doctors are in line for me still. So we'll send it back to net, KSFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo. Thanks for checking in there. And you're right, next weekend is Father's Day, and anyone in the Akron area that wants to celebrate Father's Day, take their father out for a nice hot dog lunch on Saturday, the day before Father's Day, at the Tractor Supply in Springfield Township's Lakemore Plaza. Boy Scout Troop 304 will be there selling hot dogs for lunch in front of the Tractor Supply. And that's a great, great way to go out and celebrate a pre-Father's Day with your father. So go on out there and grab yourself a dog. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Mark. Next, we have KI5WDM, Donald. How you doing, Donald? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Delta Mike. Good evening. My trivia answers are also Bravo and Charlie. So we'll get that out of the way. And then I am sitting here trying to fine-tune 2 antennas to go maybe put up tomorrow so I can do a little more with this rig I just got fixed. So anyway, Bravo and Charlie are my answers. Appreciate you letting me in. This is KI5WDM. Clear on your final.
All right, thank you, Donald. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for checking in. Good to hear you. All right, after Donald, we have, actually, even to identify, this is K8QKO on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Our next station is KG8DK, Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is KGDK. Well, I never made it to the radio room, so we're still connected via EchoLink. I hope the audio is coming through. Let's get the trivia out of the way. First of all, no traffic. Second, let's get the trivia out of the way. And I'm pretty sure about these. C and B, Charlie and Bravo. And interesting enough, at my novice exam way back in the 90s, that was actually one of the questions in the pool. It wasn't on the actual test, but it was in the pool. So I think I got that one nailed. I think I heard Lucy earlier talking about children climbing all over you, and she was going to go do some knitting or crocheting. Well, my children are really old. So we had the granddaughter over today. It's great when they're grandchildren because you want them to crawl over you. Anyhow, enough of that. KGDK, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Brian. Hey, did I catch your trivia answers? Do you need to go back with them phonetically, please?
This is KGDK. If you were addressing me, that was Charlie and Bravo.
All right, yes, sir, thank you. Got you down from Charlie and Bravo. Next, we're going to talk to WHRF Josh. How you doing, Josh? How's your field day planning going? Are you busy? Are you too busy yet? Do you feel kind of crazy and flipped upside down? How you doing?
K8QKO, W8HRF. How am I doing? How is field day doing? I think we're good. I mean, we had ops committee meeting today, went over the plan. I feel bad. It was just me talking a lot, but, anyways, appreciate everybody who's helping to make it happen. That is for sure. So I'm looking forward to sitting down, and I'm curious how many. There's not like a multiplier for field day like there is for winter field day, where like operate 6 hours straight and you get a multiplier. ARRL needs to get a little more creative. It's a little, I don't know, winter field day feels a little more, I don't know. I like how they do it with the multipliers. But anyways, it should be good. 13 sleeps, I think. Yep, 13 sleeps till field day. Sign up for operating on the website. We need operators. Don't be shy. Please don't be shy. Oh, man. Somebody, let's see, signed up from 2 p.m. all the way until 6 a.m. So shout out to Adam for signing up for a lot of slots. That is awesome. I'll be right there with you, buddy. I'm going to go with, you know what, Nick? I'm not going to lie. I'm really bad. I don't listen. I'm always just like, I hear the trivia answers. They go in one ear and go out the other. I'm always really bad at listening. I'll post my answers in the blue screen shortly. But anyways, had a good day. Like I said, did the ops committee, and I'm just rambling now. So I'm going to throw it back to you. Hope you're doing well, and looking forward to seeing you and enjoying some of the wonderful food you're going to cook up in a week or two here. So appreciate you for doing that. So back to you, sir. K8QKO, W8HRF73 all.
All right, thank you, Josh. I think it should be pretty good. Nick's going to help me out. He's going to go out there and sit with me and help me stoke the coals and light the fires and do all the things. And we got a bit of a plan. He and I had a chat this week about a number of things, and field day food was one of them. Looks like I missed the station. Kind of my bad there. We're going to go back up to KCA to YKP Brian and see what he's got for the BeaconNet tonight. Brian, take it away. Kilo Charlie 8, Yankee Kilo Papa. Brian, are you out there? Do you have comments for the BeaconNet?
DGGs, Papa Uniforme 9, Lima Charlie Alpha, Ação Brasil.
All right, looks like I might have been a little bit clairvoyant there, but somebody else jumped in there outside of Brian. The last station, I think you said you were from Brazil. Can you speak up and come back with your call sign phonetically twice? You were a little bit quiet, and I did not catch your call. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically twice, please? All right, looks like I missed the Brazil station. I didn't catch the call because I was calling for somebody else. I didn't have my pen in my hand. So maybe they can recheck later, and perhaps Brian can recheck as well if he wants to get back in. So we'll mark him down as resolved, and then we'll continue on to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, Lucy? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QK
KEA2QKO, KE8YUK. I went to say my phonetics, but then also it didn't work. Doing all right today. Batten down the hatches for the storm that rolled through. That was a good, refreshing one to have, and I'm excited for the cold weather. Not cold. I am a 70s temperature person. That is a sweet spot. So I'm excited to have not roasting heat, especially since Betty wants to go to a park or ride her bike literally every day, and I do not want to be at a park in anything more than even like 77 is pushing it. If we're hitting 80-degree weather, I don't want to. Upper 80s, I am indoors, not touching it unless I'm swimming, and I don't really fancy swimming with a 3-year-old and almost 1-year-old. Not my cup of tea. So cool temperatures for the win. I am working on crocheting a squirrel. It's going mediocrely. I don't think this is what squirrels actually look like, so it's bothering me. But I am making pretty good progress, all things considered. And, yeah, really glad to be part of the net. Thanks for running it. And, trivia. I'll do Bravo and Delta. That's it for me. KE8YUK to KE8QKO, 73s, and God bless.
All right. Well, thank you, Lucy. Got you down for Charlie and Bravo. I think we have some mix-up there. Lucy should be Charlie and Bravo. Josh should be something else that I don't remember, and I think we got it mixed up. So before I leave Lucy, can you ask Josh to, just ask him what his trivia answers are and give those to us? Lucy, Bravo, okay, I think I figured out what happened. We're down a line. Josh should be Bravo and Delta. Lucy should be Charlie and Bravo. I think. No, wait. So I think we got some answers mixed up there, NetLogger. Lucy, can you come back with Josh's answers and your answers, please?
All right, KE8YUK, or KE8QKO. Wait, there we go. Josh's answers were Charlie and Charlie. He put him in the blue screen. He didn't have answers on hand when he answered on RF. And my answers are going to be Charlie and Delta. Now, if that's not what I said last time, that's what it is now. KE8YUK to KE8QKO.
All right, Lucy, I'm not sure I'm going to let you mess with me like that, so I really want to make you stick with Charlie and Bravo, but it looks like my NetLogger already changed it to Charlie and Delta. So, yeah, thanks for that. Thank you. Anyway, got you in there. The next station was one we already talked to, was AF5JB, and that puts us down at the end of the pre-show list. Wow, 50 minutes into the end of the pre-show list. And then the next station we're going to talk to is not in my list. That's weird. KF5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO in the net. This is KI5 RFI in Arkansas. Well, we had a stormy night last night. Electrical storms knocked the power out for about an hour and a half in the middle of the night. That wasn't much fun. Other than that, it got pretty later on in the day today and had a beautiful evening. My answers to the trivia question, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. Just a guess, but Charlie and Bravo. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down for Charlie and Bravo. After Mac, we had WAAKOC Fred in and out. Then we had KF8GGM Matt, who we already talked to. And then we had N8YMY John, also in and out. And that's going to take us down to N8EX Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Good evening, Nick, and everyone out there. This is Jeff, N8EX. I'm at the Anchorage Kent Stevens Airport, waiting for my red eye. we're going outside for the week, which means we're leaving Alaska. Going to have some warm weather. I have to do an orientation down in Versailles, Kentucky, so I'll be there 2 days, and then take the jet up to Traverse City, Michigan, and see family for the rest of the week, and then head back to Anchorage, and I get to go out to the village the week after. And but I'll be back in Surgeon Field Day. So it's been a big travel month. For the answers, I'm going to go with Charlie Alpha, or California. So I'll put me down for Charlie Alpha. And nothing else to report, so I hope everyone has a good week. Back to you, Nick, and ADX.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answer down there for Charlie at Alpha. And have a safe trip down to Kentucky and Michigan. Welcome to the lower 48. We'll say I'd say the best 48, but it's the only 48. Anyway, welcome to the lower 48. Enjoy your time down here before you have to go back up to Alaska. I gotta tell you, man, Alaska's on my list. My wife and I we've talked about it, and her company, when she hits her 30 years at her company, they hand out airline tickets anywhere in the U.S., and we've decided it's coming up pretty quick, too. When she gets her 30-year airline tickets, we're going to go up to Alaska and go up there and just kind of tool around and figure out what we're going to do and have a week vacation up there. I really want to go. I've always wanted to. So it looks beautiful. So anyway, thanks for checking in there, sir. I appreciate it. And I think I forgot to identify. This is KEAQKO on the WWQR repeater 147 Mark 3. I know positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And I'll get myself all back in sync here when at 11. Next station we're going to talk to you is KF8FW, Jim. How you doing, Jim? And what do you have for the Beaconette tonight?
W8WKY.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Whiskey. Jim, are you out there? Do you have comments for the Beaconette? All right, nothing here from Jim. Maybe he went in and out and we missed it or something. But we'll happily take a recheck from him later if he wants to get into us. We're back at the bottom of the list here. Anybody who would like to check in or recheck the Beaconette, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, K6KJV, Kevin of Valley Springs, California.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha, KJ5 ATA, Guy from Georgetown, Texas.
Alpha India 5 Quebec AI 5Q.
Papa Uniform 9 Lima Charlie Alpha from Brazil, Adriano.
November, Brandon Cinnamon Lake.
I'm going to take it right there. All right, I've got K6 KJV RevKev. I've got KG5 ATA Guy. I've got AI5Q Jairus. I had the Brazil station come back. You were Papa Uniform 9 Lima, and I didn't quite catch the rest of your call. You're a little quiet. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically twice, please? Well, after I called for him, looks like my net logger got him in there. That was Papa Uniform 9 Lima Charlie Alpha that we have. So that's incorrect. We'll have to take a recheck. Just let me say, make sure I can say your name correctly. Adriano, I believe. Hang tight, sir. We'll get to you here in a minute. What's going to happen is we're going to read some trivia questions. We're going to come and get your comments. And we're going to ask you for your trivia answers. So pay attention here in a moment. We're going to get all that run out. And I had another station that ended in November. That station that ended in November, please come back with your call sign, please. All right, let's do this one more time. The station whose call sign ended in November, you were scratchy. I did not catch your full call. Please come back with your call sign twice, phonetically, please.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Charlie November. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Charlie November. Brandon, Cinnamon Lake.
All right, I've got KF8ECN Brandon checking in from Cinnamon Lake. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Is there anyone else who would like to get into the beacon net? Please call now. All right. Well, aside from anyone who's keying up the repeater on me, which is, super awesome, I'm going to run through my list real quick before I go and talk to everybody. We're going to get some trivia questions read, because I'm pretty sure RevCat did not catch the trivia, and he's going to need them to get his answers in there. All right. We have cases KJB, KJ5ATA, AI5Q, PU9LCA, KF8ECN. That's my current list. If you aren't in that list, you'll get a chance to check in here again once the list is run through. We're going to get some trivia questions right again. We're going to start with K3MBC Mark to read the primary trivia question. Mark, take it away.
Oh no, my thing disappeared. Here it is. This is K3MBC with the main trivia question of the evening. The Radio Act of 1912 significantly changed amateur radio operations in the United States. What key restriction did it impose on amateur stations? Alpha, it banned all amateur radio operation for 5 years. Bravo, it required operators to use only voice modes. Charlie, it required licensing and restricted amateurs to wavelengths of 200 meters and below. And Delta, the FCC took over all amateur communications, and the FCC is the Federal Corn Waldo Beans Commission. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mark. Let's go to the KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee. Sorry, I inadvertently punched the PTT as I was picking up my radio. Tonight's alternate trivia question is: Elvis Presley globally has sold over 1 billion units of music, from everything from LPs and CDs, cassettes, and downloads. How many foreign countries did Elvis perform in during his career? So the question is, how many foreign countries did Elvis Presley perform in during his career? Was it A, 13, B, 1, C, none, or D, the 12 remote islands of the Cornwall-Albinias? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's run through this list. Let's start with K6KJV. Rev Kev, how you doing, sir? And what is your trivia for tonight?
Well, hello there, Mr. Nick, and the rest of the crew, the youngins, and everyone else on the net. This is K6KJV of the Clan Cornwaldo Bean. And, Mr. Mark, I hate it when my thing disappears, too. So you're not left alone. Okay. Oh, man. The youngins better not be awake. Take a King James Bible and let a belt to them there, Miss Lucy. Just joking. Oh, let's see. Well, what I got? I appreciate you reading the questions again because, yes, I did not hear them. I come in late, and I would not have known what to answer. And, I know the answers to these questions, especially the second one, being raised on Elvis music, but being a Klan member, I got to uphold the Cornwaldo Bean Code of Ethics and not give any spoilers, any hints or anything to what the answers could be, because that would not be good trivia sportsmanship. So with that being said, I'm going to say double D's, Delta and Delta. God bless, 73, and Maranatha, everyone. Back to you, Mr. Nick from K6KJV.
W8WKY.
All right. Thank you there, Kevin. Got you down for double D's, Delta and Delta. Thanks for checking in. We're going to talk to KJ5 ATA Guy. How you doing, Guy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yo, network control. This is KJ5 ATA Guy from Georgetown, Texas, and what Kevin said, I got no clue, man. I don't know, man. That's I don't even know what that is. That's out of my league, man. 2Ds, Cornwaldo beans, and all that kind of thing. I'm not quite sure, but I do know this. My answers are going to be Charlie and Alpha. So I think I'm going to be correct on those things, but I'm not quite sure. Anyways, just got done having a Klondike bar before I retire, and golly, I'm getting hooked on those things. It's just been almost every night, and when I run out, I got to get some more of them. What's up with that? Not a good plan. Not a good plan. I'm gonna have to get control on that. Anyways, yeah, that's how that is. It's hot down here in Texas. If you want some heat, come on down. You want some barbecue, even come on more down, that's for sure. Anyways, this is KJ5ATA, Guy from Georgetown, Texas, back to network control.
All right, thank you, Guy. Sugar, that's why you keep going back to the Klondike bars, because they're loaded with sugar. We got your answer down for Charlie and Alpha. And I'll tell you what, barbecue in Texas, can't beat it. Well, you might be able to. There might be ways to beat it. Even in Ohio, if you get the right, backyard. It's my 2 cents. But no, I've always, it's on my list. I've talked about lists. I said I wanted to go to Alaska. It's a list of places, of things I want to do. Is I really want to do like a barbecue road trip in Texas. That's kind of on my list. It's on my wife one of these years. I want to drive down there and just go from place to place. And obviously not in the big cities, because some of the barbecue joints in the bigger cities, Austin's kind of an exception, but most of the barbecue places in the bigger cities are not really my forte. Your countryside, roadside sort of barbecue joints. That's what I really want to go visit. But I do love me some good barbecue there, Guy. I know people mentioned it before, but I love deliciously smoked meats, cooked well, cooked over an open fire or on nice stick burner and just sit there and just slow cooked and prepared, and you can't beat it. Up here in Ohio, we get all these people that they get these I have a pellet smoker. They cook everything on a pellet smoker, or they'll have some sort of commercial thing that runs off of natural gas or propane, and it's not the same. But yeah, that's on my list. I want to get down there and do that. I do love me some good barbecue. So you mentioned it, and I talked about it. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate it. Next, we have AI5. Actually, before I go to Jarrett, this is K8QKO on the WAW killer repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Now we're going to go down to AI5Q Jarrett. See what he's got going on for us. Take it away, Jarrett.
K8QKO and the net AI5Q. I've been listening along the whole time since the pre-net, and I connected a few minutes early and heard Ryan and all his shenanigans and all that. And I just been busy trying to work on somebody's node and not having a lot of success. And then I came up with something else to do on the computers and looking at a VPN network so I can play around with stuff at the house when I'm out and about on the local LAN, mainly Allstar Nodes and things of that nature. So been kind of working on getting that set up and figured out, and learning, drinking from a fire hose, trying to figure what's supposed to be done and not done and all that. But anyway, for the trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo, and I need to go back to the YouTube video and clip something that RevKev said. He said, being a clan member, and I just thought that I needed to clip that and save it, so in case he ever runs for office, I can make it sound like he's a member of the clan, not the Cornwaldo Bean clan, but the clan, and I can get him expunged from office. Anyway, I just thought it was funny. AI5Q, back to net.
All right, thank you, Jairus. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo. And yeah, I guess somebody else heard that as well. And I heard that, I was like, oh, I don't think he intended that the way it sounded. And yeah, I kind of left that alone. But yeah, that was kind of I snickered a little bit when I heard him say that. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, sir. I do appreciate it. Next, we have Papa Uniform 9 Lima Charlie Alpha. Adriano, are you out there? And comments for the Beacon Net?
Hi, Papa Uniform 9 Lima Charlie Alpha from Brazil. I don't speak English. I am sorry.
All right, thank you, sir. I don't know if you'll understand, I guess, but thank you for checking in. We have you in there, and I appreciate it. Welcome. Hello from the U.S. to Brazil. And again, thank you for checking in. I know you don't speak English. I don't speak Portuguese or Spanish, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's how that goes. But again, thank you for checking in. We do appreciate it. Papa Uniform 9, Lima Charlie Alpha. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar. And thank you for checking in. Next, we're going to talk to KF8 ECN Brandon. How you doing, Brandon? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Charlie November. I don't have a whole lot for the net. I do want to apologize earlier. I'm having problems with my microphone. I need to get a new one or rebuild the one I have. But for the trivia, I have Charlie and Bravo are my two answers. Aside from that, that's about all I have for the night. And want to wish everybody a good night, and 73 is back to net control.
right. Well, thank you, sir. I think you said Charlie and Bravo were your answers, and I appreciate you checking in. You don't have to apologize to me. I didn't have to deal with it. So there's that. But no, sounds great. Like I said, it's the pre-show as we check in, we see how stuff's working. If it's not, we kind of switch to something that does. So that's what it's all about. And again, thanks for checking in. I do appreciate it. This is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, on the WAWKY repeater, 147, Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114, Mark 8. We are ready for more check-ins. If you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
K6KJV recheck.
Kilo Foxtrot, 8
Kevin.
Foxtrot Whiskey, KF8FW Jim from Avon, recheck.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Kilo Papa Brian, Shelby, Ohio, also a recheck. I apologize.
W8WKY.
All right, I'm going to take it there. I've got K6KJV with a recheck. I've got KC8, a YKP with a recheck. And I doubled with somebody before YKP that was also doing a recheck. Can you come back with your call sign, please?
Kilo Foxtrot, 8 Foxtrot Whiskey, KF8FW Jim from Avon, recheck.
All right, Jim, I got you on my list. Let's go up and we got 3 rechecks here. We're going to start with the K6KJV Kevin. Go with your recheck, sir.
Well, thank you very much, sir. This is K6KJV. Oh, man. Yeah, I see how it is. I got my one eye on all. Oh, man. I have just been advised by my legal advisor to inform all the Beacon netizens that the live stream and any recorded information should be labeled as artificially generated. Okay. Oh, that's a good one there, Jairus. You got me. I should have known. But there you go. But hey, if I ever do run for public office, I'll just be just like all the other politicians and lie and deny. So, God bless 73 and Maranatha again. Take it away there, Mr. Nick from K6KJV.
All right, thank you, Kevin. I was actually typing almost what Jared said in the blue screen after you talked, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to give this any real muster, and I kind of left it out. I deleted my comment that I was about to start that I was typing, and then Jared said something. So, yeah, it's interesting. The stuff gets popped up, but you know what? It's on YouTube. It doesn't matter if it's AI or not. Have you been on YouTube? Half the crap on there anymore is AI. So, doesn't matter if it's AI generated or not, it's out there. It's in the world, my good man. Everybody's going to know it. But those of you that know you probably won't believe it. So anyway, thanks for checking in there, Kevin. Thanks for the recheck. Next, we have KC8YKP with a recheck. Take it away, sir.
This is KC8YKP. I apologize. You called for me earlier, apparently, and I was having some technical difficulties, I'll say, in more ways than one. Wednesday night, I had my repeater here near Shelby. I had connected to the BeaconNet through EchoLink. It's been giving me some trouble, and tonight was no different. I made my decision. I'm going to explore an Allstar Node instead of EchoLink because consensus seems to be that it's far superior. So Anyhow, I said to heck with the EchoLink tonight, and I just jumped on my radio here. Problem is my radio's got an issue that it doesn't like to receive above 147 megahertz. So I'm coming to you through the Illyria repeater, 146.7. It's a long, sad story there as well. But I have some issues I got to get figured out. As far as trivia, I'm going to go with, I forgot now, what was it? Charlie and Bravo for the two. Charlie for the main, Bravo for the alternate. Other than that, keep up the good work. Back to you guys. Thanks a lot. KC8YKK.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down from Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, no problems on that. Yeah, EchoLink, man, I'll tell you, EchoLink it's not that great anymore. It used to be like people always called it Echo Stink, and it kind of worked okay. But anymore, if I try to use EchoLink on my phone, it just does not work right. But yeah, getting yourself an Allstar Node, that's the way to go. I have a Shari Node. I think I'm on the minority of that. A lot of people like their clear nodes. So yeah, you're happy to do that. I'll tell you what, if you hop on this repeater probably just about any time of day and start talking about what node to get, somebody's going to hop on with something and have some comments about, like, you know, options that are out there. We have some people on the net now that are pretty knowledgeable. So yeah, ask for help if you're ever curious. You will get some responses, and you'll get some help figuring out what you need to get and how to get it all sorted. So I know you're not, you know, you're a little further away from the Sarah Club, but we have some good people that are happy to help. I'm going to break for time. All right, this is KE8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Next station we're going to talk to is another recheck, KC8YKP Brian. How you doing, Brian? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
This is KC8YKP. I just took my turn. When you said you doubled with the second one, I think you must have put me in second place, so I'm going to clear back out, but it'll be the guy that you doubled with. He'll be up next. KC8YKP.
Yeah, I knew that. I have my log order in my little notepad here, and I keep it in the same order that I write things down, and I keep it that way. So I'm going to go with you. You're going to be next there, Brian, regardless of whether who was originally next or not. You're my next person in my log. Take it away.
KC8YKP. I just gave my comments. I was the one talking about the EchoLink and the Allstar, so I'll turn it back to you.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I think I've got it mixed up in my paper log. Anyway, let's talk to KF8FW, Jim. How you doing, Jim? What do you have for the BeaconNet?
KF8FW, hello Nick and everybody on the net, and I'm sorry, I don't run this radio very much. It's the Yaesu 510, and I think I pushed too high on the PTT, so I was talking to thin air. And I was feeling good about myself. I built a flower pot antenna this weekend, so hopefully I'm coming through this time. By the way, you mentioned an Alaska cruise, Alaska, right before you called on me the first time. And I just came off of an Alaska cruise with my wife for our 30th anniversary. What a coincidence. It was great. I highly encourage it. Answers for trivia, Charlie and Charlie, I think. Everybody have a great week. 73, KF8FW back to net control, and sorry about before.
No problem, sir. Not a problem at all. Yeah, Alaska cruise. That's on my list. I'd like to do that as well. I'm not a huge cruise person. I've gone on a couple of them. My wife and I did one for our 10-year anniversary in the Western Caribbean, and then 2 years ago we did a Hawaiian cruise. Left out of Oahu, went around to every island, and went back to Oahu, and we enjoyed that. I don't want to say I would want to do a cruise every year, but I like the idea of going to different places and seeing multiple things along the way. I would like to do a Mediterranean cruise, and I would like to do a Hawaiian cruise. I think those are two on my list. But honestly, a bucket list item for me for Alaska would be, I would love to go to Alaska, get on a bush plane, get dropped off in the woods for like 3 or 4 nights with all my camping gear, and just live out there and sleep out there and camp in the middle of nowhere with no other people around for freaking who knows how many miles. That's a bucket list item for me. It's to be out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Alaska, out in the bush or something, and just kind of just like not backpack and be like super primitive, but just be comfortable and happy and be out there camping. My wife would not be interested in that, so it's going to have to be something I'd ever have to do on my own. But yeah, Alaska has always been an attraction to me, and I really want to get back up there and go up there. Anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This is K8QKO on the WWQY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Anyone else want to check into the Beacon Net? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's talk to our net control team at 11:25 p.m. Let's start with K3MBC. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is K3MBC. Thanks for getting me in tonight, Nick. Having a final time here in Houston, Texas area. Had a good week last week. Doing some video directing for our church's vacation Bible school. Had a lot of kids, a lot of fun. Got sugared up and snacked up. I'm ready to get back on a normal diet for the next few days. So anyway, my trivia answer will be, let me find it. Yes, Charlie. That's for all trivia. Back to you. This is K3MBC.
All right, thank you, Mark. I'm guessing that was a pretty busy week for you. Glad it worked out. And, get some rest. Try to maybe hit the treadmill a couple times and knock off some of that sugar. And we got you down for Charlie for the alternate trivia. Next, we're going to talk to KJ5 MCV Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hello, this is KJ5MCV Ryan once again. I'll get the trivia out of the way so I don't forget. Maybe you won't forget either. Let's see, main trivia. I like, for some reason, Bravo. The voice modes. Voice mode sounds like it makes sense, but probably not, because I don't know. I wasn't around back then. And I like just Nick. Just an appliance operator. Wah, wah. Anyways. Alt trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo, One Country. It makes me giggle to think that maybe Elvis was constrained by his, parole officer because he was in, maybe he had felonies and on parole and just couldn't travel. But somebody dropped that little tidbit, which kind of makes sense too. But I already had my answer written down, and yeah. Nobody likes a hint or a cheater, so anyway. Got a new fryer. Used it for supper yesterday. That was a mistake. Everyone loved it. Made up some catfish and fries, and oh my God. Sad that something so good can be so bad for you. I don't understand. Anyways. Got a couple of the cutest little kitty cats loitering outside of my house for the last few days. My daughter has had a handful keeping the other kids honest while having their turn with, air quotes, her kitties, I'll give it back to you, buddy. Appreciate you sounding great. KJ5 MCV, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Ryan. I'll tell you what, man, all your talk of fishing and catfish and fries and all that stuff makes me want to come. I want to come down to Broken Arrow one of these days and meet all you guys. I know that Dawson's been down there. I've never been down there. That might be next year. I'm going to put this out there. For those of you down there in the Oklahoma area, my dad comes up here every summer, and he and I were talking not too long ago, and he wants to do a trip around the country, and I don't have the time to take off work to do the full trip with him. But we were talking about he'll drive up north, head out to the coast, come back down through Oklahoma, and maybe have me fly into like Oklahoma, and then he and I do the trip back to Ohio together for like the last week or so. And if that happens, I'll be reaching out to y'all. We'll have to do some shenanigans down there in Oklahoma, fishing, eating, something. But that's potentially on the table for next year. Of course, my dad, he's retired, so he kind of plays things by ear. He says one thing and does another. But one of these years, that's out there. That's probably something we're going to do. So it'll be fun to do. Now, speaking of Oklahoma, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan. How you doing, sir? Thanks for doing all the trivia. And what do you got for the Beacon Net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains, where grass and weeds are still illegal. Hi. Yeah, it's a song. Anyway, tonight's regular trivia, I'm going to go with D. I don't think that everybody realizes that FCC does, in fact, stand for the Federal Corn Waldo Bean Commission. And, if you don't adhere to that, you'll never get to do anything with your license. But I'm tired. It finally caught up to me. I had a cup of coffee at the beginning of the net because I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and drink a cup of coffee. I don't have to get up too early tomorrow, so I drank it, and it didn't even faze me. I'm still tired, and that's unusual for me to be tired, but on Sunday nights I always get tired because I have a hard time sleeping on Saturday nights. So I will require the use of one of my antihistamine pills my VA doc prescribed to me, so I don't have to toss and turn, and I can turn everything off tonight so I can sleep. That sounds good. But anyways, so does catfish. Hi. Let me let this drop. KI5DAY returning. We got to stop the catfish thing. It's killing me. I love catfish. It's the best thing. Anyways, Larry's doing fine, by the way, and he's been learning how to tie his shoestrings for his new chicken feet shoes. He's got some really weird little shoes, but that's another story for another day. With that, I'll shoot it back to you. KI5DAY, back to net. Bagat.
All right, Bagok indeed, Alan. Bagok indeed. All right, for me. I had a crazy weekend, so I'm going to get into it a little bit. My trivia answer is going to be Charlie and Alpha. Not sure how those are going to work out, but we'll find out later. I'll tell you what, man. I've been working on turning my son's old playground into it's like a gravel patio, elevated gravel patio. One side's level with the ground, one corner is like 18 inches off the ground, leveling it all out, getting all the boards in place and everything so I can fully backfill with gravel, put a roof over half of it, and have a good smoke pit, smoke shack set up out there. I can just barbecue and sit out there and do all the fun things. And my dad and I are out there kind of working and getting boards leveled and laying there and laid out and everything. All of a sudden, I'm like, hey, where's my dog? I don't see my dog. And she got out of the fence, apparently. I went around to the front of the house, and I called her name. And as I called her name, she came running from across the street. And I didn't quite see it, but it looks like there was a car coming. She went to leap across the ditch in front of my house, and as she did, the car caught her back leg. She yelped. I heard this big old thump. And my dog got hit by a car in front of my house, right in front of me. Oh, it was a freaking mess. Thankfully, though, all things considered, that was a horrible situation, but she turned out okay. She had some abrasions on her legs, but aside from that, no real broken bones, no internal bleeding or anything, just really kind of knocked around pretty good. But that was my Saturday. I got to spend all day in the animal hospital waiting in line to kind of get in because they were busy. But on the plus side, I thought MedPet, I think, in Akron, the animal hospital, they did me solid. They didn't try to, like, run me through and overcharge me for stuff. They, like, granted, the line was long. There were a lot of people there, and it was pretty busy, but I did okay. And she came home all right, and she's just kind of banged up and dealing with soreness and all that kind of stuff, but she's good. So did that. And today we finished up some more work on all that patio stuff and got it all almost rough laid in. So I think I'm about ready to verify square and start really tacking everything down to the ground and have me a barbecue pit here in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's been my weekend. It was busy, it was crazy, chaotic, stressful, all the things. And that's how it goes. So I'll share that with the group. Anyway, that's it for me. This is K8QKO on the WWK repeater 147 Mark II. I know positive offset with a PL Toto 114 Mark 8. And we're ready for another round of check-ins before we get our trivia answers. If you want to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Okay, South Curie. He just needs 5 to get an answer for 42. KCFQV.
Okay, aside from that, we have no other comments at the Beacon Net. And let's go get our trivia answers. Let's go talk to K3 MBC Mark. What is the answer to the main trivia?
All righty. The main trivia. The Radio Act of 1912 significantly changed amateur radio operations in the United States. What key restriction did it impose on amateur operators? The correct answer is C. It required licensing and restricted amateurs to wavelengths of 200 meters and below. And a quick explanation, the Radio Act of 1912, spurred by the Titanic disaster, required amateurs to be licensed and confined to 200 meters and below, a range then considered commercially useless. The irony, those useless short wavelengths propagate globally via the ionosphere, handing the amateurs the keys to worldwide communication. So basically that one act created what we do now. Back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate you for that. Let's go talk to KI5 DIY to get the alternate trivia answer. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Yes, tonight's alternate trivia question had to do with Elvis sold so much music across the world, the best solo artist seller ever. How many foreign countries did Elvis perform during his career? Well, yeah, there was a little bit of a kink in that issue with Elvis playing in foreign countries. As a matter of fact, he only played in one other country outside of the United States. So if you answered B for number 1, you were correct. The reason why is his manager, as somebody said earlier, which, by the way, you should never give hints on the air, hi, but his manager, who was a foreign national, he had issues getting some travel passports and stuff. But the one country that Elvis played in, he played in 2 different locations in this country, would be Canada, just across the border. Let me let this drop, and I'll explain some more. Anyway, like I said, his manager had some issues traveling worldwide. So one of the things that's interesting is I remember I traveled to Canada back in like the around 2000, and didn't have to have a passport even then. But around January 8th of 2007, it became required for people to travel to Canada, even from the U.S., with a passport. So, but that was the biggest issue, and things were not working out for him to go overseas. So the only other country he played in was Canada. He played in Ottawa and one other province of Canada, and I forgot what the other one was. I lost it here in my notes, but where was that? Here it is, Ottawa, and I know I lost it. I can't find it. Anyways, there it is. It was Toronto and Ottawa. So in 1957, his first and last appearances in Canada was with shows in Toronto and Ottawa. So if you answered tonight's alternate trivia question as B1, you got it right. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, well, thanks, Alan. I got that wrong. That's how it goes. 13, though. You're going to give me with 13 almost every time because that's my lucky number, good sir. That was always, I've always viewed that as my lucky number because when I was in the military, that was my gun number. Like they had all the everything labeled and numbered. I had lucky number 13 for my gun, and so that's what I carried every day for 4 years. And since I'm still here, I view that as a lucky number. Anyway, thank you for that. Thank you for the alternate trivia. All right. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to do one more round and only one more round of check-ins or rechecks. If you want to check in or recheck to the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, the BeaconNet crew, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WAWQI repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink WAWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WAWKR repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Board and Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is KE8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all. And have a wonderful Begoggin Sunday, and we'll say Monday.
W8WKY repeater PL114.8.
KC8YKP. Nick, KCFQV. Nick, I try to get you 5 more. KCFQV. Have a good night. Oh, we'll catch you guys in the morning.